The prominent YouTube video Consent, It's As Simple as Tea parallels consent of having sex with offering someone a cup of tea.
And if they say, no thank you, then don't make them tea at all.
However, not all cases are that simple to investigate.
Keep your mind open and clear of anybody could be a sex assault victim. It doesn't matter if they're hetero, homo, whatever gender they identify as, whatever happened to them. There are so many different kinds of rape.
A backlog in rape test kits being processed was key in pushing for better response to investigations into these crimes.
The turnaround at the crime lab right now is 28 days on a sexual assault kit. When I started this job 4 years ago, it was 18 months.
In 2017, the Utah state legislators made major changes to its sex crimes investigation laws. House Bill 200 not only mandated a sex crimes training course, but also helped find federal and state funding for processing of evidence.
We just weren't set up as a state to properly process the evidence, honestly. And now through federal funding through the Sexual Assault Kit Initiative, combined with legislative appropriations through the state of Utah, we track every kit now. So literally they'll never be lost again. So the second the kit is taken or collected, it's entered into a tracking system that the Psaki Project helped fund. And that kit is tracked from the second it's collected all the way through till it's stored. And the kits have to be stored for a minimum of 50 years now.
The Department of Safety State Bureau of Investigations was able to bring the 3-day sex crimes post-training course to St. George, where dozens of officers attended here for the first time. While police aren't required to attend, most want to learn more about investigating sex crimes.
As a police officer, I think throughout the years you might get a little jaded through situations, so these trainings just help you bring it back and understand that these victims are dealing with things and maybe they're not being exaggerative in how it occurred. That's how they're dealing with it, and kind of helps you not overlook certain things but see those tendencies as maybe a way that they're coping with those emotions.
As a prosecutor and victims advocate, Marlise Jones designed the course, which shines a light from a victim's perspective.
And it's amazing as we do these trainings to see the light go on with the officers. I had one detective say to me, third day of the training, he's like, wow, he says, I've got some cases I need to go back and look. I've already closed them out, but I need to look at them again. Because we've given him different perspective, different tools, different information.
People don't run or scream or fight. Sometimes they just freeze, and that can be men or women victims. Sometimes an assault is so just shocking to the conscience that they just freeze.
Dixie State University Police Chief Blair Barfus, who was instrumental in pushing for the training here, said he requires all his officers to take this course. This collaborative effort statewide among several agencies is already providing better results.
We have seen an increase in reporting. We don't know if there's a decrease in incidents occurring, but an increase in reporting is valued and it's important. It doesn't necessarily mean there's more sexual assaults occurring, but it does mean we're doing our job in providing a narrative and an opportunity for survivors of sexual abuse to come forward and to ask for help and know that we have their best interest and their best desires in our hearts and in our minds to help them progress and move forward while we hold those accountable that need to be held accountable through law.
I truly believe that people want to do the right thing. You have good people who work these cases that want to do good, and we just have to help them know what good is. What are the best practices? What's the breaking techniques or the newest type of science that we can put into play to solve these cases?
And Chief Barfus believes that preventative measures and education play an even bigger role, especially when it comes to students.
And to educate our incoming freshmen specifically about the dangers of drug and alcohol abuse, sexual assault, consent, and how valuable and necessary consent is when engaging in sexual conduct with others.
In St. George, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.